Hello everyone, thanks very much for joining us. I'm Philip Duncan and welcome to our weekend weather update and also the outlook for next week. And we kick off with our animated wind map, and there is a lot going on at the moment, so let me try and break it all down for you. We'll start off with this area of low pressure just off the west coast of the South Island. Now, we talked about this yesterday and I said compared to normal or flat average air pressure, this is only just slightly a low. And when you compare it to a big low in the Southern Ocean, and you can see the dark colouring that really indicates the lower air pressure, this is really a small system. But next to us, out to the east, we've got two high pressure systems. In fact, there's another one off to the northwest as well. But these two over here are working together to pull in a nor'easter, and it's coming out of the subtropics. So you push that in along with that weak low and you tap into some very moisture rich air, and that could be leading to some very heavy rain over the weekend. So we've got a few weekend highlight maps for you, a little different to the usual ones. We'll kick off with the precipitation map for the next 3 days, taking you through till Monday. Look at this area out here. It goes to the white colouring, which is right off the scale of our charts. Now, the reason why it's off the scale is because this is 3 days worth of accumulation, and usually we do 1 day. So this is really showing you there's a fair bit of rain that is just stuck in that corner. Most of the wet weather falling out to sea, but there's a fair bit that'll slide down that eastern side as well. The other map I want to show you to do with wind. This is on Sunday and just shows it's very blustery around that eastern side where the heaviest of the rain is as well. And the orange area, that's gale force. Now it's out at sea, but it does brush that coastal area. So on top of the heavy rain around Gisborne and East Cape, you got the strong winds. And the final map I want to show you for the weekend is a swell map, which shows once again the northeastern corner dealing with the largest swells. They could be 4 or 5 meters, which is pretty significant. Okay, let's get into the weather now and see how Saturday is looking across the country. That weak area of low pressure, you can barely even see it now. It's basically lying over the North Island. There's another low, a subtropical one, well off to the north that is working with that big northeasterly. Those two highs sort of merge to the east of the country on Saturday, and it makes this big northeasterly flow. Big in the sense of its reach, not in the strength necessarily for everyone, although, as I just mentioned, blustery around that eastern side. But it's really the fact that it's pulling down that moisture-rich air, and that rainfall will become intense at times around the Gisborne and East Cape region. On Sunday, that rain remains just there. You can see it is a very narrow line of rain. So there is a chance it could just shift a little further out to sea. May not be quite so bad, but it could also go the other way. It might shift a little further back into land and then maybe increase those rainfall totals, which could get up to 200 millimeters in that area, as I just mentioned. Now, that rain or shower activity moves down the eastern side. Most other areas look dry, but we do have another system developing. Not much. On Monday, that kind of merges in and just keeps this all going. It's a little bit like Groundhog Day, the movie. It just sort of, you wake up and it's the same all over again. So the rain and showers around that northeastern side, they move down even as far south as Canterbury for a time. And then we get to Tuesday and it all starts to change. We switch back to northwesterlies, and after that front comes through, we're back to the windy westerlies for the rest of next week. And this same front is also bringing a cool down to Australia on Monday. Most of Australia will be cooler than average on Monday, making up for the warmer than average run they've been seeing quite a lot of lately. So a cooler change for them. It's not really going to affect us. In fact, next week, once again, looks warmer than average, just like this weekend does in many parts of the country. That's all from me. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.